Hey folks, welcome to our blending lesson today. So we are working in Unit 4, Week 4. It is the first day, and this week we are working on the long I sound. So we know that long I can say, or can be spelled with I blanky, but this week we are going to work on I by itself, Y, I-G-H, and I-E. So pretty much every other spelling of the sound I. We know that the long sound for I just says itself. It just says I. All right. So let's get started with our high frequency words. So of course, you know the drill. Make sure you're focused and paying attention. Repeat the words. Really help yourself own those sounds. Food, start. Animal, ate. Give, hour. Carry, about, or, other, small, blue, more, find, because, into, warm, over, no, found, hard, flew, would, laugh, caught, near, were, right, listen, and woman. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, first word, right. Your turn. I, t, right. So this spelling of the word right is like I am right. R says I-G-H. All of those words are all those letters, are working together to make the long I sound. So just like we did with long E and long O, they work together as a team. Now they're not vowel teams like the other ones were, but they're spellings of the long I sound. I, and then at the end of the word we hear ta. Let's blend. I, t, right. Excellent. Next word. Hi, your turn. I, hi. So this word hi is an example of I by itself. I by itself saying that long I sound. I, hi. Yeah, like I said before, you may not even need to sound this word out because you already know. You've seen that word H-I a million times and you just know it's the word hi. Next word, fly. Your turn. Full. I, fly, fly. So this word, fly, starts with that beginning blend, FL, full. And this word fly is an example of Y, saying that I sound. Full, I, fly. So you might notice that if you were to say these sounds on their own, igaha, igahata, igahata, that probably wouldn't sound right. Or if you were to say this with the short I, ha-i, that doesn't sound like a real word. Or this word, fly, full ya, that doesn't quite sound right either. So you kind of just have to know that those words, or those letters, can make that long I sound. Next word, by. Your turn. I, by. So this word, also a high frequency word. And now that we're learning all these new sounds, we can sound it out. If you need to, that is. I, by. This is another one where Y says that long I sound. And then I. That's a high frequency word. It's probably one of the easiest words that you know. Everybody seems to know this word. And of course, the word I, always a capital letter because you're talking about yourself. And when you say the word I, you hear the letter I, which is the long sound. All right, next word. Tie. Your turn. I, tie. So this is like you are going to tie your shoes. And then this is an example of I-E, saying that long I sound. I, tie. Next word. Lit. Your turn. Ul, it. Lit. So notice when I say the word lit, I do not hear long I. Ul, it. I hear short I. Ul, it. Ta. Ul, it. Lit. So if you were to try to say this with the long I sound, ul, it, light, that's a word, but it's not the correct spelling of the word light. So light, like I'm going to turn on the light, is with an IGH. If it's just one I, it's going to say I, and it means that it already happened. I lit the lamp. So next word, yeah, light. Your turn. Ul, I, t, light. Elle says ul, and this word light is an example of IGH, saying that long I sound. Ul, I. T says ta. Ul, I, t, light, light. So again, if you were to say this with the long sound, those two words would sound the same. They mean different things and they look different, but they would sound the same. Ul, it, lit, and ul, I, t, light. Okay, next word. Kid, your turn. Ka, I, da. Kid, kid. K says ka. When I say kid, I hear short I. I just hear I. I says I. D says da. Ka, id. Kid, kid. So watch what happens if I add an N to this word. Ka, id. I'm going to make the word kind. Your turn. Ka, I, and kind. I'm going to make the word kind. K says ka. This word is also spelled with the I sound, but in this word, kind, that I by itself says the long sound. The ending blend, nd, nda, ka, I, and kind, kind. Next word, snow. Your turn. Sn. Oh, snow. This is throwing it back to last week when we had the long O sound. Sn, sn, one of those beginning blends. And last week we learned that OW is one of those teams that work together to say long O. Sn, oh, snow. Next word, toast. Your turn. Ta. Oh, sta. Toast. Toast. Maybe you had some toast for breakfast. And when you say the word toast, you hear long O in the beginning. Ta, O. Remember, O-A, vowel team, working together to say long O. Ta, O. S-T, sta, sta. Ta, ost, toast. Excellent. So let's read our whole board. Right, high, fly, by. Your turn. Wonderful. I, tie, lit, light. Your turn. Wonderful. Kid, kind, snow, toast. Your turn. All right, wonderful. Let's do a sentence. Put that up there. Here's that beginning digraph, WH, wah, wah. And why, this is an example of why saying that long I sound. Wah, I, why. But again, this is a high frequency word. And now it's a word that you can sound out because we're learning that Y can say the I sound. Y. D says da. Short I, I. D says da, id, did. So you know now that I by itself can say long I. So if you tried to say this I with a long sound, da-ide, that's a real word, died, but that's not how it's spelled. So it just kind of depends if it matches the word in the book or if it matches the sentence. You use those context clues to try to sound out a word or put a word together based on the other words that you hear in the sentence or see on the page. Why did high frequency word the, CH, remember that digraph, cha, like chin. Remember CH, those letters together will never ever say kaha, kaha, won't ever happen. CH together, you just have to know says cha. I says I in this word, cha, I. LD, old, old, cha, I, old, child. So again, if you tried to say this with a short I, cha, old, that might not sound right, but I bet, your brain might even switch it in your head because you'll see the picture and then you'll flip it, child. Oh yeah, that kind of makes more sense, child. Why did the child, CR, Y says, in this word, I, cry. All right, let's read our sentence. Why did the child cry? Your turn. All right, excellent. So, of course, we know that we need some punctuation. I'm going to do my punctuation in brown today. So, this is a question. Why did the child cry? Oh, that child cried because he didn't get the toy that he wanted. Or he wasn't crying. I think he was just whining a little bit. So why did the child cry? Gets a question mark because it is a question. All right, so now let's do some nouns and verbs. Nouns, we have one, which is the word child. Child is a noun. It is the only person in our sentence. And cry is our verb. So we know that a verb is an action. It is something that a person does. So in this word, what is the child doing? The child is crying. All right, so read our sentence once more. Why did the child cry? Your turn. Excellent. Thank you so much for your focus and participation. Remember, you can go back and review this video at any time and definitely help to improve your skills, turn the sound off. Thanks so much.